All right. Good morning, roller derby enthusiasts. Good morning, good afternoon, depending on what part of the continent you're on. My name is Viola DeRolla. I'm excited to be here today.
And I'm Tool Time, excited to be joining you here as well.
We've got some exciting roller derby action here in our open division. Wearing the pink jerseys, traveling from Tampa Bay, is the Tampa Bay Junior Roller Derby All-Stars. Going to run down that list.
Yes, for Tampa Bay, number 10, we have Rain DePayne. 12-17, Frico Suave. 16-76, Lemonade. 22, Princess Leia. 23, Complicated. Number 3, Abby Normal. Number 4, Anya Last Nerve.
Love it.
No. Number 41, Sonic Boom. 42, Alligator. 666, Mean Bean. 789, Shark Bites. Number 88, Nightmare. 888, Peaches and Scream. Number 9, Hot Wheels. And number 999, Honey Badger.
Awesome. I love a good play on words. That's why I love derby names. Mob City Misfits are coming out of Everett, Washington. They're a number 6 seed here, ranked 9th on the JRDA rankings. They're in the black jersey. It's Bok Bok, number 012. 03 is Porter. Pandemonium is number 10. 12 is Oopsie Daisy. Nayslayer wears 13. 20 is Tay Bus Driver. The Iron Rabbit is number 21. Afro Jamurai, like samurai. Awesome. Number 23. Haters, number 24. 247, Miss Amerikill. Raven Fritch.
Rich?
Sure.
I'll go with
Number
that.
309. Rio's wearing 35. Brutiful is 42. M Chicken, 911. And Slaughtermelon in number 95.
And looking at the notes that we have here, even though we've seen both of these teams at JRDA tournaments and other championships, they have yet to play each other. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens here today.
Absolutely. It's already been an exciting day here in Loveland, Colorado. Thanks for hosting it. It's a great city. Shout out to our officials, Montana Mahler, the Ginger Ninja, Ultraviolet Blue, Snarkomedes, Icepack Shakur, Melanie, Guacamole, Brakenya, Chunk, Doesn't Matter, El Flaco, Margie Ram, Ellie Mental, Lucinda Knickers, Red Miles, Tricky Ricky, and Tim the Ref. And here we go.
Frico Suave bouncing out with the lead jam for the start of this one. Oh, with the amazing jump, 4 points on the board.
I'm finding these young athletes with long legs are doing massive apex jumps. There's not tiny little hops, just a big time thing.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of good ones so far this weekend, but that has got to be one of the biggest distance jumps I've seen on this track today.
Absolutely. Tampa putting up points and doing an amazing job with that tripod, shutting down Jammer, the Hatter there, number 24.
And Frico calls it. No points on the board for Mob City on that one, but it looks like 12 for Tampa.
Tampa, the number 3 seed here in the open division to number 6. JRDA rankings are sometimes a little bit different. Mob City here in 6th seed, but actually ranking 9th. Sometimes teams can't travel or whatever reason, so seeding and rankings are a little bit off sometimes.
Yeah, the seedings and rankings are always a good tool for us, but honestly, it just really comes down to who's playing who, because as you said, sometimes they can't get that many games in. And then sometimes they just aren't able to play a lot of the top tier teams. So we could be seeing an upset today, or it could just be following the numbers.
Yeah, that's sort of the beauty and the fault of junior roller derby is that there aren't as many teams. So unless you're willing to really travel far distance to play close to your rankings, you're taking what you get. Great job pushing out front from Tampa's Jammer.
That's Shark Bites doing some work.
Yeah, lead Jammer is Shark Bite.
And it looks like Jammer engagement off of turn 1. Number 35.
That's Rio.
Knocked out Tampa's jammer, went back, but Tampa's jammer wasn't biting, so an excellent time kill.
Yeah, I saw a lot of that on the other track this morning. Little fancy footwork, toe stop moves from Shark Bites. Getting through for a set of points as Tampa continues to just shut down Rio.
Still some excellent lateral movements by Tampa's blocker. And that's the jam. Another 3 points on the board.
That's number 999, Honey Badger from Tampa, teaching a clinic in one-on-one blocking there.
On your last nerve out there for Tampa. Going up against the Iron Rabbit. Both teams at full strength starting off. And Iron Rabbit doing some work against Tampa's walls.
Oh, great work there on Mob City. They're getting lead jammer for the first time this game. That's the Iron Rabbit.
Tampa sending their pivot to the penalty box, but Tampa threw the initial pass. Tampa finding a hole on the inside, putting 4 on the board. Iron Rabbit responding in kind. Eight-point jam, Mob City for Tampa.
All right, lining up on the jam start line is Princess Leia for Tampa, and number 24 is Hater for Mob City.
Tampa down their pivot at the start of this jam. But definitely a fast-moving team on both sides at the start of this game.
Slay with a hit out and draw back there from Porter on Mob City, keeping her in the back. Hater pushes that tripod up to the front, earns himself lead jammer.
2 points on the board for Hater on that one.
And listening to the bench staff, call it. 2-0 run, chipping away there at that lead, 23-10 in favor of Tampa.
And Rio out there for Mob City.
Frico Suave. Love that name, my goodness.
We do got a lot of really great names for Team Florida. Oh, and another lead jam.
That's Rio for Mob City as your lead jammer. This is a slippery floor out here. You can see we're not hearing a lot of chatter from these wheels. Some of us are used to. It's lots of soft gummy wheels on the way, so.
When we had jams here 2 years ago, the 2017 championships, that was the first time a lot of skaters were here, and usually most skaters stick between 92s and 96s, but all the vendors sold out of poisons within the first day because this floor is basically like skating on glass in most cases.
It is a slippery track, so those teams that are used to playing on, I don't know, I'm Canadian, so I'm used to like hockey rinks, right? We play in dry hockey rinks a lot, so our polished concrete is pretty slippery, so we're used to that. Let's see, Tay Bus Driver is your lead jammer there for Mob City.
But the majority of the teams that are here have been at this facility before, so they're already prepared. And it's basically just practice, practice, practice on a floor like this.
Yeah, first game, first day is always figuring things out.
Absolutely.
All right, there we go. 4-0 run for Tampa. Sorry, 4-1 run for Tampa.
And Mob City with the last 3 lead jams. Definitely whittling away at that lead. Right now we have Anya Last Nerve out there for Tampa. Going up against Hater, number 24. And Anya going to the penalty box for a cut track. That's going to make this a power jam for Hater and Mob City, who gets through for the lead jam.
All right, Hater, your lead jammer there, looking for some offense, and he gets it. Great job by Mob City blockers splitting up that pack of Tampa. Getting some much-needed points up here on the board for Mob City.
And some individual blocking by Tampa holds up Hater a little bit, but not enough to stop them as they go through and get 4 points. And Anya going back to the penalty box for a back block. That is 2 penalties in a row on this jam.
Frustrating for jammers when they all they need to do is be out there scoring points. Positive here situation for Mob City. They're going to take advantage and narrow that lead.
Exactly. They're only 3 points away from tying it. And Hater's been doing some great work out there and gets just the 3. So 15-point jam for Mob City, and we have a tied game.
All right, exciting opportunity here for Rio and Mob City. Starting off with a power jam situation, and I can say it because they can't hear me. 10 or fewer seconds because Anya Last Nerve is standing there in the penalty box.
Rio trying to find a hole on that inside, but Tampa swallowing them up. Jammer is back in, engaging just off of turn 1. And yes, Tampa does get the recycle, but so does Mob City.
Oh, crazy. Apex jump there by Rio, my goodness.
Gets caught midair. Took a pretty good hit, but back up and running. And a cut track again on Anya Last Nerve. 3 penalties in her only second time out unofficially today.
I think Tampa already has a 4-jammer rotation that we've seen. I know we're not even that far in, so.
But still,
It's a tough situation, tough in your head for these kids to be sitting in the box for that long, that's for sure. We forget that they're all under 18, right? It's some high-level roller derby, but they're still just kids, and emotions could run high. She seems super level-headed considering.
Well, fortunately, the coach that Tampa has done Team USA for East a number of times, and she's just now calling a timeout. So fortunately, they have a really great skating program, and one of the benefits to have for Team Florida is we have Jacksonville, the attack pack, and Tampa, and we're all still relatively close to each other, so we all just kind of go around training together and everything like that. So that introduces a lot of different techniques, but it also is a great way to just kind of help your team keep a level head even when you have a difficult jam such as Anya Last Nerve just did.
Absolutely. That emotional maturity is an important part of the game.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Another important part of our game are our fabulous officials. So shout out to all the people who made their way down here, traveling from near and far. I'm I find it just so exciting how many people dedicate their time to the sport, time and resources to making junior roller derby happen. It's a pretty cool thing.
It is, and when you're coming to tournaments like this, you'll meet teams from all over the country, and sometimes in different countries. Last year, I had the joy of doing World Cup, so I got to meet Team Australia and take the Vegemite Challenge, which...
Oh, did you eat Vegemite? Was that the Vegemite challenge?
Yes, but they didn't know that I've already had Vegemite, so they thought I was gonna. They were handing it out to a bunch of the juniors, saying it was Australian chocolate.
Oh yeah, no, it's like eating a bouillon cube.
It pretty much is a bouillon cube. But fortunately, I was prepared for it, and then when they were surprised, I was just like, "Not today, Australia." All right, well, we got Iron Rabbit taking the line for Mob City, enjoying a power start.
Enjoying a power start, but that Tampa defense with a push out and draw back from number 9, Hot Wheels. She's pushing strong up front.
And it looks like we have a successful cover pass off to Rico Suave.
Yes, Frico donning the star now for Tampa. Not eligible for lead, so the Iron Rabbit gets through, gets lead jammer, and calls it off. Quick restart, a 0-0 run there. Still a tie game. Jam number 11. We're only about 13 minutes in here. This game, we're going right through until 9 o'clock tonight. What time zone are we in here, Tool? Are we in Mountain?
I'm going to say we are in a chronological time zone. That's the best that I've got, unfortunately. I'm not 100% sure.
All right, Porter v. Slaya out here looking to pick up points. Princess Slaya is your lead jammer. She is tiny and strong.
Absolutely. And she calls it, putting 3 points on the board for Tampa.
Oh, I'm not sure what happened. It looks like Mob City got 3 points and Tampa did not.
You are correct. I read that incorrectly.
Which I'm sure is frustrating for Tampa being lead jammer. Didn't quite pan out the way they wanted. Sometimes those angles. Wouldn't be surprised if we were having some sort of, there we go, I was waiting for that official timeout. Not sure if the points went elsewhere. She's getting a penalty. So she's not getting points. She's getting a penalty instead.
Well, we do have the points on the board, 30-30.
Oh, they're up now. Okay. I feel like I should just wait sometimes to talk about those things.
Well, sometimes it happens, there's nothing for it, but Hayter powering through to get your lead jam, enjoying a power start at the beginning of this. And with all the slick moves and a fancy spin, 4 points on the board. And Hayter breaks the tie and gets Mob City the lead. All right, Slaya finding a hole on the inside through the initial pass. Hayter finds one on the outside, gets his points, and calls it. 8-point jam. And Mob City takes the lead, 38-30.
All right, part of the exciting thing going on here with Junior Roller Derby is that once they turn 18, they get to go and play with the big kids. Checking out some numbers that we have here from Mob City. Looks like there's only 2 skaters aging out this year, so Mob City will continue to have a strong showing next year as well.
It's always been an opinion of mine that any adult league that has a junior derby organization with them. That only just breeds better players into the adult leagues. Jacksonville and Tampa have both greatly benefited from having junior programs. Right now, Frico Suave with your lead jam going up against Bach Bach.
All right, Bach Bach getting through for the initial pass.
Frico powers through, gets the points and calls it. 4 points on the board for Tampa, 34-38.
Yeah, I feel like Lauren Much was the first junior age up that really made waves, but they're all coming for us. People that aren't following junior roller derby and think they know derby don't really know it, because they're coming for you and you don't even know what's happening.
And it's great to see a lot of leagues finally accepting that, because we've had a lot of them say, oh, well, it's not real roller derby. And I'm like, I beg to differ.
Absolutely.
And right now, Rio with your lead jam for Mob City.
Rio with a little shoulder shimmy right through. Not even jumping the apex, but jumping over the leg of a number 41 there. That was Sonic Boom trying to catch him at the end, but no dice.
Does another skip off a turn one. Doesn't quite land it. Calls it. And Mob City putting another 4 points on the board. Maintaining that lead over Tampa. But back onto what we were saying, one of the things I am glad is that WFTDA is recognizing the value of JRDA,
Absolutely.
which is why it's great that they're helping stream all of this and giving us all the technical expertise we need. So they know that the juniors are coming, and they want to be on the right side of that.
Absolutely. So thank you to WFTDA for supporting JRDA and working through. And I think with all these open division teams, I think the MRDA League is also starting to see some exciting gains.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, those teams are fewer than the female WFTDA teams, but still, cross these three organizations supporting each other is what's going to help grow the sport, and that's what we're all here for. And we're here for Hader, the lead jammer, and apex jumps from Frico Suave.
Some amazing skating we've seen on both sides with just this game.
No points awarded.
And it looks like we have Shark Bites taking the line for Tampa.
He's going to take a bite out of that wall of blockers from Mob City. Just you wait and see. And Rio again, tight jammer rotation here on Mob City. The real game makers, playmakers are out there again and again.
And we have an official timeout being called. All right. And we're good to go. A little skaters trading places. Tampa down 2 blockers at the start of this jam, so Shark Bites will have his work cut out for him as far as any help. And a high block is called against Rio. And Shark Bites gets your lead jam for Tampa.
Shark Bite just taking all those opportunities.
Excellent footwork, especially with a slick floor like this.
All right, let's see if Anya Last Nerve can make some gains here. Looks like she's planning. Love it when blockers and jammers are chatting together, making a plan.
Getting some strategery together for the power start, yeah.
Absolutely.
And Porter getting a good recycle on Anya. Big block on the outside. Holds up Rio. Anya. Anya with the lead jam. But Rio catching up quick. And Anya calls it, puts 4 on the board. Rio, however, gets 3. It's just a 4-point game. Less than 10 minutes left, and we have a timeout being called. Correction, we have an official review being called.
I wonder what Mob City is looking for. And I'm sorry I cut you off a little bit. I got excited because Anya last nerve took a hit, fell out, but it was just that one hand outside, which they're allowed to do, and she was just right back up, able to use that core strength to pull herself right back in, really making gains. I'm sorry you can't see it from your screen, but there's an absolutely fabulous super fan in a flamingo costume here, riling up the crowd.
Absolutely. For those who haven't seen Team Tampa, they have a incredibly energetic fan base is the term I'm going to use. It's always good to have them around. Of course, Frank is the official mascot of Tampa Roller Derby. That's the name of the flamingo.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Educate me.
Absolutely. And we've had a number of incarnations of Frank. There is a morph suit somewhere out there.
Okay.
All right. Did you hear any of that?
They were saying they're going to go to ads and give us a little bit of a timeout and a break. All right. Well, thank you to Twitch TV. Are we on time? Yeah, no.
I think we're on.
Are we on? We're on.
Yeah.
All right. Technicalities here.
And
oh, wait.
all right, we're going to get some ads thrown our way.
All right.
No problem. We're going to get the official review here in a little bit.
All right.
Okay, good. So black one is cut on pink jammer first initial pass on turn 2. They believe they cut black 2-3. The referee crew did not have information to no false scope. Okay.
So Mop City trying to get the jammer a cut called on Tampa. The officials didn't see it, so the call will stand. And Mob City loses their official review.
They've still got a little bit of a lead here, 46-42, but Princess Leia is your lead jammer for Tampa. Oh, that was a big hit here in turn 3. The Iron Rabbit taking that contact again and again. Slaya evading Porter there.
Yeah.
Making her way through for another scoring pass.
Porter, one of the bigger hitters and surprisingly agile for someone that size.
You know what? I think it's youth on their side.
I will agree with that.
And I think that any of these smaller female skaters who are playing open division and then plan on going WFTDA as they age out are really at an advantage because they're learning to take big, heavy hits from larger bodies, and it's just a testament to their athleticism. So a great 8-4 run there for Princess Leia and Tampa. We've got a tie game here.
Yeah, just over 8 minutes left in this half. Right now we have Hayter for Mob City going up against Shark Bites for Tampa.
Hayter looking to do some defensive jamming.
The fifth blocker, as I call it.
Absolutely.
Tampa doing a good job with the individual blocking, holding up Hayter. And boom goes the dynamite. Shark Bites gets your lead jam.
Hayter just hanging on, straddling that rope, hoping.
Oh, yep, that is a back block on Shark Bites.
So we're going a full 2 minutes here as Hayter tries to, 2 penalties going to Shark Bites.
Yeah.
Usually when that happens, it's an insubordination. Is that?
That's my understanding of it. I didn't see. It can come from them arguing with the refs. It can come from them going into the penalty box too hot or too fast and causing a commotion there. So it could be a number of things. But this power jam is definitely going to work out in Hayter's favor.
Absolutely, making a pass, picking up a full set of points.
And great job finding the hole on the inside, putting 4 more points on the board.
Mob City doing a great job, blockers here, offensively, getting Hayter through for multiple passes. Shark Bites with some impressive toe stop work, but he's back in the penalty box. I think I was impressed, but the official saw a track cut. So that's 3 penalties and 1 jam for Shark Bites. Mob City takes a sizable lead here with 18 points here. And a power jam start for whoever it is they put it on the line.
Rio.
I'm thinking it's going to be Rio, but they can
And it
change
went back
their
and
minds.
forth, yeah.
But we've seen 24-point jams on these tracks all the time. It's anybody's game here with this close of a differential. Still 5 minutes left in this period.
And that is the biggest scoring jam of this game so far. Courtesy of Hayter with 19 points. The only other jammer to come close is Frico Suave with the first jam of the game with 12 points on the board. So there's been a lot of shutouts, but there's also been a good number of low jams as well.
Absolutely. Shout out to Mob City's coaching staff. I don't think I talked about them yet. So that's Corey Ackles, Eva, MF Chaz, Bombshell, Ruby Rough and Tumble, and Kira McCarter for Mob City. And their 2 aging out skaters are M Chicken and Slaughter Melon. So, like I said earlier, not many changes there. Still some epic skaters to stick around on this charter for next year.
Mm-hmm.
Rio looking to monopolize here on this power jam situation.
Tampa forming a tight wall at the front. Holds up with the spinny action, stays in play. A lot of work to stay balanced on that one, but Rio does it, getting your lead jam. And Shark Bites back in play. Tampa getting a blocker out on a multiplayer. 4 points on the board for Rio.
Yeah, that's peaches and screams with that multiplayer penalty.
Oh! With the fancy spin.
Spinning off toe stops.
Take that, Brian Boitano.
Looking at some of these, this little bit of information that I have here. Nobody aging out on Tampa. So Tampa going to continue to work hard and climb here. Number of skaters on Tampa skating for Team USA East.
I believe Frico Suave was on that team.
I have no doubt about that. All right, Mob City and the Iron Rabbit, your lead jammer.
Oh, and a big hit off of turn 2. But calls it. 2 points on the board for Mob City on that one, but that was a hit.
Looks like 6 for Mob and 0 for Tampa on that one. Shout out to Tampa's coaching staff, Rojo, Pucker Punch, Just in Time, and Tootsie Pop. All right, we're just having a little discussion here with our officials.
Making sure everything stays accurate.
But shout out to Montana Mahler as head NSO. She's really doing a stellar job of catching all of the details. I think there were points that were missed in the previous jam, and that's why there's 6 up on the board. So both Jam Ref and head NSO are conferring with Tampa coaching staff and our scorekeepers and scoreboard operators, making sure everybody knows we're all on board here. So yeah, number of Tampa skaters skating on Team USA East and other leagues. Princess Leia, Team USA East, and Pittsburgh Derby Brats. I know her from my Queen City time, and Pittsburgh's super close, so she's making the trek down to play this high-level derby. Kudos to parents who make this sort of thing happen for their kids.
I'm sorry, I was looking at 23 for Mob City, doing some excellent skipping, taking out Rico, but recycling him just before the jammer line. Excellent job.
Afro Jamurai, yeah.
Lead jam is on Mob City.
Frico Suave, again with that fancy footwork, toe stop work on the inside line. Not your lead jammer, but still making gains. Hader with a little hop, skip, and a jump, and 3 points on that last pass. 3-0 run. Mob City really running away here, 82-52, which is a bit of an upset considering that they're ranked 9th to Tampa's 3rd ranked position. This is what happens when our continent is so big that teams that are ranked so differentially haven't had a chance to play each other in the regular season. Some real potential upsets here.
Absolutely, and that's why I said, like I said earlier, with the numbers, it definitely gives you a good idea, but you don't know until you play teams. Like I've seen teams seeded at number 11 hold their own against number 3 seeded teams, so it really just comes down to what happens on the track.
Absolutely.
And just to throw another tidbit, that was a big block by number 888.
That's Peaches and Scream with a monster hit.
That was a big one, yes. But just a little bit more about juniors.
Sure.
There are a lot of these skaters, especially on the teams that we're seeing here in Loveland, that not only skate 3 to 4 times a week, sometimes more, but they also exercise off track.
Absolutely, that cross training.
Mm-hmm. Like Frico Suave, he and his dad, who's a announcer friend of mine in Tampa, they have an Instagram account of those two working out, and I'm just like, I could do that if I ever said no to Oreos, but the dad bod is what I've chosen to do with my life, and I stand by it.
That's all right. I'm loving my mom muffin along with my pizza, roller derby, and wine. So, I mean, we choose our passions, just live life to the fullest.
I'm living my best life right now.
You do it, and so are these two teams. The Iron Rabbit living her best life. Lead jammer here for Mob City.
Putting 8 points on the board, and Anya Last Nerve still trying to get something working.
Yeah, she's got a little star stash happening. Getting a bit frustrated here.
Successful cover pass off to number 23.
Complicated is your new jammer for Tampa in the pink. Forcing a call off, 4 points up on the board, 12 points up on the board for Mob City. 3 scoring passes there. And that's halftime. Wonderful. Thank you to all of our vendors and sponsors here. You people at home, be sure to thank Twitch and the WFTDA for helping stream this fabulous event.
Absolutely, and definitely be sure if you have any other questions about how the game is played or any other FTDA events that are coming up, because postseason tournaments will be here soon. You can go onto WFTDA.com to find out more information about that. We're going to take a quick 10-minute break. So I'm Tool Time.
And I'm Viola DeRola.
And we'll see you soon.
Okay, thank you. All right, welcome back here.
And we've had an excellent game so far, going back and forth. Mob City with a couple of pretty big jams, getting the lead over Tampa. It's been a really intense and physical game this first half, I think.
Absolutely. Mob City really running away there in the second part of that first half of the game, 98-53. Really making some gains, some jammer penalty trouble. If you've got the numbers in front of you,
Yeah.
I'm guessing is probably what really did it in for some of the Tampa situation there.
Yeah, on your last nerve and Shark Bites getting 3 penalties in a jam. I don't have the official numbers in front of me, but with their jammers out and with jammers like Hader and Rio going out there, just putting points up like no one's business, it's a challenge to get over. But unfortunately, a 45-point difference isn't that big. But I could be wrong, because when you're going up against top teams like this, even a 13-point difference can be something hard to overcome. So it'll be interesting to see how Tampa responds to in the second half, as Hader and Frico go up against each other at the start of the second half here.
Absolutely. Don't count Tampa out on this one by any means. They are ranked number 3 for a reason, and I expect to see a great second half performance here. Frico Suave making stellar gains in the first half, and let's see what he's doing in the second half.
Frico finds a hole on the inside, slides down, but recycles himself.
Yeah, I think he was just being cautious. I'm not sure if he was really out or in, but he's going back up, got absorbed back in. So we'll see as Hader makes his way through the initial pass. We'll see what coaching staff is telling him to do. Coaching staff's telling him to call it off. Great to always have lead jammers so you can put the stop to that clock.
Absolutely. And I'm going to venture a personal opinion just off of what I saw in the first half. Both teams, as far as their blockers, seem pretty evenly matched. I think a majority of it is just coming down to the style of the jammers. And as I said earlier, with a couple of jammers having penalty problems, that could be where all those points have come from. So I'm interested to see how the blockers are going to be changing their games for this half to hold up the jammers for the other team, as Sharkbite gets your lead jam.
Yes, Sharkbite with them fabulous toe stop work, getting through lead jammer. Rio pushing up this really strong tripod of Tampa blockers. Tampa wants it.
Definitely putting in maximum effort. Both teams' blockers doing some serious work. Tampa's blocker trying to hold them off a turn 3.
Now that's Lemonade doing some great work up front one-on-one there up against Mob City Jammer. 3 points for Tampa, narrowing that lead. Iron Rabbits had a good showing here for Mob City up against Frico again. Tampa looking for a run, shortening their jammer rotation, putting Frico out again. An official timeout here. Oh no. Late penalty, cut track penalty for shark bites, giving the Iron Rabbit more opportunity with her Mob City blockers to make some gains. Still so much time left here on this clock.
And Tampa hugging that jammer line. Honey Badger drawing first blood off of the line, holding up Iron Rabbit. Rabbit with your lead jam. Bit of a pile up off of turn one, but Rabbit through with another 4 points. And Mob City has broken the century mark. Shark bites in play, finding a hole on the outside, trying to scoot through. Mob City not having it today. And
great little twirl off that one-on-one blocking there by Iron Rabbit, pushing through the front of the pack, picking up another set of points.
Looks like we have an attempted cover pass.
Yeah, I think that star has been passed. Unfortunately, I think the pivot was not that much further ahead of the jammer. Well, that's Lemonade is your new Tampa jammer in the pink.
And 14-point jam for Mob City on that one, courtesy of Iron Rabbit.
All right, Porter and Princess Leia here. 14-0 run last jam there for Mob City. Big gains again.
And based off of my notes, I think this is the first time we've seen Porter take the line for Mob City. Nope, correction, the second time we've seen Porter take line. He got 3 points on the last one.
And he's looking to chase, but Princess Leia is your lead jammer. Oh, Porter with the big jump.
Doesn't get it, but I saw a cut track sign from the jammer ref for Tampa.
Oh, Leia's having a seat in the penalty box. Not what Tampa's looking for. I guess that explains why there were no points up on the board. All right, Hader with that power start. Hader through is the lead jammer.
Some serious work there. 4 points on the board for Hader.
Hader with the bait to the outside, taking that in. Great work. Leia made it through out of the penalty box on her, made her initial pass.
And calls it.
No points up for Leia.
Leia almost doing a power slide into the crowd on that one, but fortunately was able to stop.
It's an 8-0 run there for Mob City. Frico Suave up again. And the Iron Rabbit.
And just looking at my notes, Mob City has been keeping Tampa at bay. 0-point jams for them for the last 3 jams. Let's see how it goes on the 4th.
Well, it's Frico is your lead jammer. Frico Suave just taking that contact, making gains, pushing his way through.
Tay bus driver through the initial pass.
I think that's the Iron Rabbit again. I think our much needed 8-0 run there for Tampa. Shark Bites back in. Shark Bites and Rio here.
And Rio with the power on the outside, getting your lead jam. Shark Bites gaining fast. Three points on the board for Rio. Nothing for Tampa. Sorry,
2 points.
2 points. Thank you.
Frico Suave and Bok Bok making an appearance here in jammer rotation for Mob City.
This will be the second time we've seen Bok Bok on the line this game.
Important to have that deep jammer rotation so we can rest people. High block on Frico Suave, not what Tampa's looking for right now. Nice camaraderie. I know you can't see it on the screen. I'm looking at the penalty box. Have Frico Suave and Porter in the penalty box together, giving high fives. So nice to see people supporting each other.
Absolutely, and that's one of the things I like about JRDA. No matter who's winning or how intense it gets, they always keep that sportsmanship and camaraderie between each other.
Buck tries to go for the jump. Not able to complete illegal.
And Frico back in, finds a hole on the outside, gets through the initial pass.
All right, a couple of seats in the penalty box here. Lemon 8 with the pivot stripe for Tampa taking a seat.
2 points up for Buck Buck.
Along with number 12. No.
It looks like Lemonade for Tampa.
Yeah, Lemonade for Tampa. I'm trying to see who the...
Looks like Oopsie-Daisy for Mob City.
I can't tell if it's a 4 or it might be Brutiful. I can't tell if it's a 4 or 1. Either way, back to the action. Hater looking for a fight there, but Frico Suave is your lead jammer for Tampa. Just slicing through.
Two blockers on the track for Mob City. Let's make that one.
Oh, Frico with that contact there. We're giving them our chest, and we're taking all that contact. That was Miss Marikill taking that full-blown.
I'm going to take you live in about a minute.
Oh, that's... All right, Frico Suave. Deep stride, taking it on. Hater back on the track. Tampa really narrowing that lead here with 12 points on the board already for Frico Suave.
Ball for Mob City now in the hands of Miss America. 47 and a foot on, still on the initial pass.
And Miss Amerikill, I think, got the cover pass on that one, doing some work off of turn 2.
Oh, Frico really maximizing this opportunity for Tampa and narrowing that lead significantly, considering that we had a a 50 or 60 point differential there for a while. Now we're only up. We've got a 44 point differential. Anything can happen. We're putting out athletes like Frico Suave putting up 16-0 run. Princess Leia making a good showing here, her first season on this team. Definitely not too new to the sport of roller derby. Going up against Rio coming up.
Yeah, that last jam was more than Tampa scored this entire half, so that definitely is going to give them some momentum, I hope.
Rio playing some defensive jamming, being that fourth blocker, holding back Princess Leia. He's just holding her back right behind.
Now, this is a strategy that makes sense to me, especially when you have a long weekend like we have here at Champs. When you have a lead and you have the opportunity to just kill time, that's a really smart strategy to use because you want to save your skaters for the rest of the weekend. And by keeping Tampa's jammer slowed down to where they're not scoring any points and just whittling away at that clock, that's a good way of keeping your jammers and especially your other blockers from wearing themselves out too quickly.
Absolutely. Clock management and athlete safety and longevity is so important all the time, especially tournament weekends. I expect these teams are probably both going to be playing 4 games, right? I think once you win something, you pick up that 4th game. Everybody's here for a minimum of 3. Mm-hmm. And, yeah, best to be saving yourself. What do we got? 3 points up, I see, from Jam Ref there for Tampa. Chipping away still.
Porter on the line again for Mob City, going up against Shark Bites. Both teams at full strength.
Good old game of 5-on-5.
Oh, and Shark Bites tries to do the big jump, but gets recycled back.
Porter is your lead jammer coming in.
Oh, and Porter with the big jump. Doesn't quite land it, so gets recycled back, but still impressive.
Afro Jammerai with a big push out and draw back on Shark Bites.
And jammer engagement between Porter and Shark Bites. I thought he was going to try to knock him out and bring him back to recycle to kill some more time.
Successful star pass here to Lemonade on Tampa. He is strong and pushy, earning that stripe, that's for sure. Doing a great job making his way through on that initial pass. Doing exactly what those star passes are intended to do, is force that call off. And let's try again. 3 points up on the board for Mob City. Tampa doing a great job holding their own. Good to see Frico Suave again.
Yeah, we've seen Frico a lot in this half. This will be his 6th time out there just this half.
And we're only on Jam 13, so really impressive. And why not? If I'm going to put the star on anyone, I'm not going to argue with the coaching staff on that call. Nor with Mob City putting Hader out again.
And Frico calls it. 3 points on the board, holds Harm City to 0. Just under 14 minutes left in this game.
Yeah,
Tampa putting some points on, but Mob City still holding strong.
That's a timeout, Mob City. I could see coaching staff standing there looking at the clock. They want to hang on to this lead, give their skaters a much-needed rest. All right. Shout out to our streaming staff there. Thanks for keeping us all up and running. This is fantastic.
And of course, a shout out to Scott Chicken, our numbers genius, who's given us all kinds of great information to go off of today. Later today on this track, we'll have Philly going up against Capital City, which we saw earlier today. And the winner of this one, looking at the wrong thing. It helps when I read through what I'm talking about. There we go. Aha.
So in the female division, coming up later on, we've got Los Anarchists and Regina. That's from the Pile of Bones Misdemeanors from Saskatchewan are going to be playing 3 p.m. That's the next game here on this track.
Yes, thank you.
Yep.
I'm sorry, I've been here early today. And
you're working hard, Tula. We're all good.
I don't brain good on a good day, so when I brain on a early day, it's even worse. So thank you for being here to help me.
Yeah. I'm watching that team because I'm Canadian. So if my Buffalo Shark girls aren't making gains, I'm rooting for my Canadian compatriots. But back on this screen, the Iron Rabbit, she's got to be putting up some great numbers on her lead jammer earnings. I feel like she's making a good showing here. The open division, she is, I think, the female in jammer rotation here for Mob City.
I will agree with you on that one.
Yeah, she's definitely earned her place in that jammer rotation. Quick 2 points and a call off there. Princess Leia standing in the penalty box, so another opportunity. Hater this time. Looking to take advantage of this. Down one blocker there in the penalty box, so he only has 3. Great push out and drawback from Peaches and Scream there on Tampa.
Princess Leia back in play. Almost finds a hole on the inside. Gets a big recycle by number 20 for Mob City. That's Tay Bus Driver. Lead jam has gone to Mob City.
Leia fighting hard at the front on her initial pass. Hader staying in, calling it off, picking up a full 4 points for Mob City. Running away with that lead again. 49-point differential here. Anya Last Nerve, we haven't seen her much this half, I don't think.
No, she did have some problems early on in the first half, but we can see what she's changing up for the second half.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully a little bit of a break, some fresh legs.
Some cool down time because when you go repeatedly to the penalty box in one jam, you tend to get really down on yourself.
Absolutely.
And frustrated. So
here she is coming up hot, getting lead jammer status here for Tampa. I think Tampa was missing her on the track, so glad to have her back. Still 10 minutes left. Lots of opportunity for her to make some gains for her team.
And
Peaches and Scream again. Just a fabulous one-on-one blocker for Tampa.
Absolutely. That was a big block against Rio. And she does it again.
Anya Last Nerve calling it off.
Looks like 6 points on the board for her on that one.
Perfect. Just what Tampa was needing.
So we got just over 10 minutes left in this game. Still relatively close, but Tampa is whittling away at that lead. But Mob City is still just putting on little bit by little bit with these single passes.
Absolutely, and this is where your coaching staff and their clock management is just as important as the athleticism and skill on the track. Porter is your lead jammer for Mob City again. Frico Suave donning that star.
Porter for not being heavy in the jammer rotation for Mob City has gotten lead jam twice out of the last 3 jams that he's had in this half. So he's definitely got the chops for it.
Absolutely, and I feel like the second half he's been sporting that star a little more often than the first. Tampa having Anya Last Nerve back. Let's see if it's a little bit more relief for jammers like Shark Bites, who's out here yet again. And that's Bok Bok making an appearance again. It's so important when our relief jammers making these appearances and really showing gains. Whistles happening.
Official timeout being called.
Oh, I think
A
Scanners
little confusion going on.
Yeah, that's an opportunity where I need to remember to look at the screen that I'm seeing, so I'm seeing the same thing as the audience and not looking at the track, which is always so much more exciting to look at the live action. But I think that if I had been paying attention to the screen, I maybe would have saw what the people at home were seeing. We should be twittering or something so somebody can tell us. But we're not twittering, so folks at home, don't Twitter or Twitch chat at us because Tool and I are old with our mom and dad bods here. We're just living in the moment.
Well, I mean, they brought you on for the brains. I think they mainly bring me around just because I'm eye candy.
Oh,
That's what I tell myself, and it's working. It's working out for me so far. But it looks like we did have a bit of confusion on the call out there, so they're just gonna try to figure all that fun stuff out.
So that was just an official timeout because the scoreboard was having some technical difficulties. But go get him, Bok Bok. I'm hearing from her team.
Enjoying the power start on this one.
Absolutely. I think that's Shark Bites there sitting in the penalty box, waiting for an opportunity to come out.
Powers through. No pass on one, so that's only 3 points, but still exciting. Excellent blocking. There's Anya Last Nerve holding up the jammer. Three more to Bok Bok. 6-point jam for Mob City.
I think Mob City's getting one more point. It was a 4-3. Maybe not. Frico Suave and the Iron Rabbit. Again, we've seen this matchup before. We on timeout? We're on timeout Tampa here. Both teams still have their official reviews to use. And after this timeout, it'll be one timeout each. So that's coaches are looking to save those, manage that clock, see if it makes a difference. It's still, I mean, with the 50 or so point, you can do the math. When Bobby Narco's with me, I know he's always got the numbers.
Oh yeah, he'll find out sequences and numbers and everything else. He'll go on about numbers theorem or something. I'll just be like, I like ham.
Yeah,
So-
we love you, Bobby Narco, and he'll be on the mic here over the next couple of days. We've got actually a nice deep announcer
Pool to work
pool to
off
work
of.
with. Yeah.
Absolutely. Frico Suave, fifth blocker out there, trying to hold up the jammer. Doesn't quite work, but Tampa's blockers doing some work. Number 9, recycling, joined by Lemonade.
Oh, an Iron Rabbit taking that bait to the out and running up the in is your lead jammer. Frico Suave, I am guessing, is getting a little tired there. That push.
Yeah, there has been a lot of footwork with Rico Suave, but with just the way that we were seeing Mob City's walls forming in front of him, there's been a lot of pushing going into every pass that he's doing. So
Absolutely. Very impressive athleticism. Great tracking here by Tampa. Not quite enough push to get the Iron Rabbit out. She's coming around for another scoring pass. Watching her bench coach for the timing. She's going to call it off as Frico overtakes her, about to get up some points. He looks like he's running out of juice. And I mean, these are humans, not machines.
it's true, we've checked.
But really some superstars. Speaking of superstars, Princess Leia and Porter are going to put up some superstar numbers here. Again, with only 6 minutes left. Leia sneaking through on the inside is your lead jammer. Porter looks like he's probably got twice the body mass as she does. Hot on her heels.
Puts 2 points on the board on that pass, Princess Leia.
60-point differential. It's never too late. I'm not calling it.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. That 2 points went to Mob City. My apologies. But yes, 60 points with 5 minutes left. Not impossible.
It's not.
But definitely something, definitely going to do some work.
Let's see what Anya Last Nerve is going to do here for Tampa up against Hayter. Hayter being that fifth blocker, so they say.
Both jammers recycled. And just these walls bringing these jammers to a standstill.
Seeing some whistles. Who do we have? We've got a Mob City blocker. That's number 309, Raven Fritsch, taking a seat in the penalty box. That gave Anya Last Nerve an opportunity to get through and is your lead jammer.
And big hit there. Anya looked like she took one to the face, but gets up and walking around.
So I wonder if someone else going to the box? I don't know. Maybe that was Raven Fritsch's penalty, was a high block.
Could be. Right now we have Frico going up against Rio. Both jammers trying to make something happen. Mob City, the blocker in the penalty box, comes back in trying to break up the wall as Frico gets recycled back behind the jammer line.
Wow, Frico through on the outside is your lead jammer. Cheers from the Mob City crowd as Rio makes his way through on his initial pass. Really excellent job from Peaches and Cream again with that offensive effort.
4 points on the board for Tampa, 96-152.
But that period clock is really chiming down, and I'm afraid they're running out of time. Still lots of exciting roller derby going on here. WFTDA.TV is the place to be. If you're not already in Loveland, that is.
Well, right now we got Anya Last Nerve going up against Iron Rabbit. And it looks like Iron Rabbit took a pretty good hit. And yeah, they're going to call it.
Yeah, that was a high block there on number, I think that's Sonic Boom, number 41.
Right. Yes, Sonic Boom is in the penalty box for Tampa. Iron Rabbit getting checked out. Was holding the front collarbone. Like, from personal experience, I can tell you when you get the shoulder to the collarbone just at the right time, that can really knock the wind out of you.
Absolutely, that sweet spot when you're the one initiating the contact, not the one that you want to be taking it. Also, we're up here in a little bit of a higher altitude up in the mountains in Colorado. I think we're about 1,000 feet above sea level here. Maybe more?
At least.
Maybe more. We went for a hike. I know that takes us up a little bit further. Lots of skaters struggling to adjust to the altitude. I know some training staff have really been working on that altitude training over the last few weeks or months, especially probably these higher seeded teams who knew they were going to be coming here, knew they were going to have to do this. I was chatting with a coach or a team the other day who said they were doing, off skates, running and training. They had damp cloths over their mouths to try to, take away their oxygen supply when they were back home, just in order to get prepared for this. But I think Washington's a little bit of higher elevation.
Yeah.
Elevation, or maybe not.
As far as that, I want to say yes. But I do know that a lot of teams have been preparing for the high altitude. A couple of the Jacksonville skaters have got those masks on when they're training just to get used to less oxygen. And we did last year see a number of oxygen tanks off to the side for the skaters, so that's definitely a factor here. But it doesn't seem to be slowing down Porter or Frico Suave as Frico tries to jump over, but doesn't quite work out.
Yeah, I mean, good thing for Mob City they've got that big lead because the Iron Rabbit has been a pivotal jammer here for this team. So she's going to have a little seat after that. It was Vinsanity and the Pile of Bones misdemeanors from Regina, Saskatchewan that I was chatting with yesterday that said that they've been for weeks and months doing their off skates training, depleting their own oxygen in order to prepare. So it'll be interesting to see how they do later on today.
Well, you could definitely see with a number of the skaters out here, like you see the high altitude getting to them, but they're still pushing through. But there's just not enough you could say about the athleticism, because not only are you slipping and sliding all over this floor, but between the high altitude and just all of these really slow 3 to 4 person walls they're having to push through. Like, I'm ready for a nap just sitting here, so I don't really know where they're at physically.
Well, Anya Nerve is picking up 4 points for her team, narrowing that lead, but we've got about a 10, 12-second differential here between our jam clock and our period clock. So we're not...
Bach out there for Mob City, Frico Suave.
And I think this is likely going to be our last jam here. Oh, Frico having some equipment malfunction, losing that strap on his knee strap. Just pushing.
Just powering through, gets your lead jam. And the period clock is up. We're now just on the jam time of 1 minute, 30 seconds. And Frico is one of those few skaters that when the chips are down and the time's out, I've seen him pull off some really impressive jams.
I feel like he's got the rest of the weekend to save himself for, and
I will concur with you on that one.
all right, little Star Cover Bass, Afro Jammerai is your new Mob City jammer. Frico is lead, but has stashed the star, so I'm not sure what that means, what his plan is for the next 42 seconds or so.
I don't know, but it's getting more and more physical out there. And Frico finding a hole on the inside, getting 4 points up.
So I don't know if he already had the points or when those happened because the 4 points went up. But my understanding is that when the star is in your hand, you're not earning points. So I wonder if I missed something. Maybe I don't know something. But congratulations unofficially to Mob City Misfits representing Everett, Washington for a fantastic performance here. Coming in 6th seed in this open division with a sizable win against Tampa, the number 3 seed. Mob City ranked 9, beating out number 3.
So there we go. The
some
rankings.
boat rocking going on, that's for sure.
But a magnificent effort by Team Tampa today. As far as moving forward, we have Los Anarchists taking the line. I have to say, the last couple of times I've seen them, they are one of my favorite teams to watch and have really just exploded onto junior roller derby so far as what I've seen.
Awesome. I'm excited. Congratulations to Mob City and kudos to Tampa. So it looks like Mob's going to win on to play. We're not quite sure because that game hasn't happened.
But the winner of Philly and Capital City will be playing them. So
my prediction is going to be Philly since they're ranked 2 to Capital City ranked 7th. But you never know.
You never know. But I'm sorry. Like Philly is my choice. Philly's gotten stronger and stronger every time we've seen them. So, but we could be proven wrong. I, for one, enjoy being proved wrong when it comes to that because it makes it more entertaining for me. Well, thank you for joining us here at 2019 JRDA Champs in Loveland, Colorado. I'm Tooltime.
And I'm Viola DeRola. Stick around for this exciting female division matchup between, who is it? Los Anarchists. I've said it once before. And
Los Anarchists and...
my Canadian connection. All right, I'm sticking around, and you're going to get Thunderdale, Sharkdale here on the mic, I think, for the next one. So you enjoy that. Happy roller derby.